To create the atmosphere that we want to create for Narnia, music's being used in a very fundamental way. One of the important things that Andrew and I decided early on was that the score really needed to have a sort of honest approach. You know, in many a movie, the score can take all sorts of liberties and probably should, and perhaps mislead the audience or nudge them very much before they're quite ready to be nudged in the direction of some emotion, like happiness or sadness or excitement.
With that, mate.
There's a little snow falling, but nothing else, and there's a very important music cue. And Andrew said, I really want to make it feel like, you know that sound when there's not much sound? And I'm not sure I know what you're talking about there, Andrew. No, he said, you know that sound when, if there's a lot of snowfall and you enter a little clearing, and there's just that feeling of emptiness there. So that was a great clue to me, musically.
Some little children just don't know when to stop pretending.
Very funny. Maybe we should go back.
Shouldn't we at least take a look around?
In the early days of this project, thinking about Narnia and its frozen lake and its kind of frosty appearance, I began to think about some of the countries in the world that poor guys have to spend most of the year, you know, with snow and whatnot. And with a little bit of research, I found this instrument, which is actually the national instrument of Finland, called the kantele. It has a sound a bit like a hammer dulcimer. It's strings strung across a wooden board, and it makes the most sparkling, beautiful sound.
I know.
The great thing with Harry is that we've known him for so long that he's able to take risks with us and surprise us with things. There's a point in the movie where that all four kids are in Narnia for the first time, and he's just done this incredible kind of vocal piece that really just provides such a great tone shift from where the kids were in their kind of 1940s world to the wonder of being in this kind of snowy fantasy world. And the music kind of just suddenly kicks into this extra gear.
Lou? Lucy!
When we started this movie, even Mark Johnson said to me, he goes, oh, you don't really have that much to do. You have a witch and 4 kids. Do you know, it's really not that much. And you know what? I myself thought, it's not really a big cast, so we can do a lot of really beautiful things. But what happened along the way was we have 4 children, and of those 4 children, we have 21 different people playing stunt doubles, stand-ins, second unit doubles, photo doubles, writing doubles. 21 different kids play for those 4 kids. So that is 5.2 extra people to dress per child. And then there's the multiples. So even though Edmund has 7 changes, Peter has 9, Lucy has 7, also Susan has 7 particular changes. Of those, the amount of clothing we've made, I can't even count.
Long live the Queen.
All right. Now we really should go back.
But what about Mr. Tumnus?
For every little sweater and dress and shoes Georgie wore, there was 15 of them. Some of them for extras, for stunts, for doubles, but a lot of them because every time she grew, we had to keep making.
These are the police.
Don't worry, Lou. We'll think of something.
Why? I mean, he's a criminal.
The exterior of Mr. Tumnus's house. It's in the Czech Republic, and we've built it to match in the studio. How to add to the suggestion that the location and the studio are one and the same place. We had mould makers, plasterers, go to that rock face and take moulds from the rock and bring them to Auckland. You know, they are kind of soft silicon rubbery things from which we can make our set match in texture exactly to the location in the Czech Republic. So we do everything we can for the authentic match.
After Tumnus, the first real character that the kids meet in Narnia
It's a beaver.
is Mr. Beaver, when they think he's just a real beaver.
When we're first introduced to Mr. Beaver, we see him as a quadruped character, and he's very much a beaver as he approaches the kids for the first time, and it takes the kids by surprise when Mr. Beaver stands up and starts talking.
I ain't gonna smell it if that's what you want.
With Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, who interact constantly with the kids, the most important thing is to get the performance from the actors. They have to really believe they're working with this other character that isn't there. If they don't sell that, there's nothing we can do to solve that. Whatever it took, we would do to make that work. And so we had stuffed animals, we had little eyeline markers, I mean, we had everything to try and get the performance.
When we're acting to our ping pong balls and our various models and stuffed toys, it's still just being make-believe. That ping pong ball is just, acting, doing its job. It's another part of it, and you just totally immerse yourself in the situation.
He's a beaver. He shouldn't be saying anything.
Everything all right?